Okay, so let's talk about spiritual coaching. Earlier this year, I obtained my spiritual coaching certification, and it's slightly different than what we would typically think of as life coaching. There's really three primary areas that I coach to when I'm working with someone to improve their spiritual health, and that is physical, mental, and emotional. So with the physical coaching, really getting to the heart of what are you feeling in your body? Are you experiencing chronic pain for some reason? Have we talked to a doctor to try and determine what that reason is? I am a firm believer that when things are not in alignment within our spirit, it manifests itself in us physically. Many times, not always. Sometimes it's actually disease. But even diseases can be manifest because of things like stress. I don't think any of us are immune to that. We've heard that from doctors and from health gurus now for years. So we address the physical needs of the person. This is not just talking about weight loss or physical fitness, but water intake, diet has a lot to do with how you're feeling. That's part one of spiritual coaching. Part two is the mental coaching, and this is where we really talk about our mindset, our thoughts, self-talk, our opinions of others, our dominant thoughts about situations happening in our lives, about ourselves, about other people, about relationships. It's all about what's happening up here. This has the power to affect everything else in your life, personally and professionally. In fact, it's kind of ironic how much the spiritual coaching and the business coaching intermingle. We do a lot of reflection in that coaching, what's working, what's not working, and why, and really try to identify root cause so that we can come up with some solutions for you to work on. The third area of spiritual coaching is the emotional piece. This is your heart piece. Now, I don't do a whole lot of coaching around the chakras, but your heart chakra is the place where most of us tend to carry pain, grief, sorrow, hurting relationships, those kind of things. Yes, it also affects your mental status, right? It also can manifest physically. However, a lot of that healing and wellness and better health practices have to start with the heart. So that one's a little more tricky. I have to work really hard to earn trust and create safe spaces for people to admit to me when this is the issue, right? And they need help with it. I'm not a licensed counselor. But what I do is try to help you identify what is not working, where is the breakdown coming from, why do we think, or what do we think the root cause is, and then I will make recommendations as part of my coaching, as part of a strategic plan that we'll put together for improvement with deadlines and budget and everything else, just like business coaching. But we will be intentional about seeing some improvement there if you're working with me. And that might be you need to find a new psychiatrist. It might be, you know what, your primary physician is not helping you here. So it might be time to find a new primary physician. It could be we need to create some guardrails around how you're thinking and change your thought life. So I use the same roadmap as I do for business, in that I get to know you. We try to help identify through some SWOT analysis. We come up with a deadline, we come up with a budget if needed, and then we just move forward. And the beautiful thing about coaches, I always say this, coaches don't make the shot. They empower the player on the court. So my job is to empower the player, to empower you, to give you a plan and some accountability so that you can take the actions needed to get yourself on the road to success spiritually.